Well, hello. Very, very interesting. This is Wednesday, the 21st of October, 2020, and I just attempted to vote, okay? I took my little vote in my little hand and I got a ride down to the Veterans Memorial Building, and the ride group didn't know where the elections are being held, where the polling place is. So I got dumped off at the courthouse and I asked the officials at the courthouse, where's the polling place? And they said, it's somewhere over there. And they said, but you can use the drop box. And I said, no, I want it to be received and I want a receipt. So I walked around over there and around the parking lot, the other parking lot, and the other parking lot, and I ended up at the sheriff's department where the jail is. And I went inside and there was nobody, and you have to wear a mask even though there's nobody. And I got on the phone and I asked the secretary, how come I can't find the polling place? And she said, well, it's only going to be open between October the 31st and November the 3rd. In the meantime, you have to use the drop boxes. The drop box, there's one in the whole county, in the whole city. I said, no, I'm not going to use the drop box because when I vote, I want a receipt. I want a receipt. And so on the way back to have my ride pick me up, I talked to several people. A highway patrolman, a couple of guards guarding the courthouse. And I said, how come we're not informed where the polling place is? And we're not informed when we can receive a receipt for our ballot? And they all said, we don't know, we don't know, we don't know. I said, why don't you know? Don't you care? They didn't like that. And so here's the situation in California. When you put one of these ballots in a drop box and you don't get a receipt, what happens to the drop box is anybody's guess. Somebody can throw a match in it, or it can get dumped in a dumpster. What happens to the votes in the drop box is unknown. What happens to the votes that get put in a post office box, here, there, or anywhere, is unknown. And so the outcome of any vote at this point is certain to be destroyed. And that's what Newsom, the governor, wants, is he wants the populist vote of the people to be destroyed. That's why there is a recall Newsom movement. And while I was going through this process that took an hour, there was a group of people standing there with recall Newsom signs because a county supervisor, Mr. Gallagher, was in the court testifying that Newsom's actions with regard to administrative decisions were out and out incompetent. And in the case of how elections have been set up, they're not just incompetent. These elections are set up to favor cheaters and rioters and people who loot and do damage, because the drop boxes, since they're held in secret, can be subject to any kind of vandalism and nobody can do anything about it. Oh boy. Yes, Newsom is creepy. He's creepy. He's an ideologue and he is Nancy Pelosi's nephew. And so that's what's going on in California now. The California election is set up to favor cheaters and scammers and people who want to disrupt it. And this, the link to this video is going to go on Twitter to the president's office. And I hope that he has some agency who can be brought to bear on ending this scam, this fraud, this election fraud going on in California right now. This has been Emily Windsor Craig, and subscribe and hit the bell, and we'll see you next time.